Corona wagon. It is time, because I finished the front, to strip the back out, ready for the rear build. So out come the seats, out come the floor. I've already taken the tailgate apart, because right now we're prepping for a whole new boot install. Alright, I got it partially stripped. Still been taking the seats out. I got all the back out, and also took the tow bar off. Yeah, it spent about an hour taking the tow bar off. That was a pain in the ass, but there's actually pieces that go over these, like ledges, obviously just to even out the boot so it's flat. I will be keeping those. I'm going to pull out seats now, and then I'm going to deaden. I'm going to get this, I'll clean all this up and then deaden it, because that's very tinny. Right, that's as clean as it's going to get. As you see, degreased at about 3 times now. It's over 30 years old, it's not going to get white again, but it's not too bad. So anyway, I'm going to cover that in some deadener. Alright, I think I showed before how this sounded, but anyway, now, nice deep resonance to it. So, kept around the grommets, all there, around the fuel filter one, fuel pump. So, anyway, that's about it. A few little scrap pieces, floating around there. Cool, that's all I'm doing there. I have rebuilt the floor. Now factory, it only has this middle piece, and on the sides it's just carpet that covers the steel underneath. So what I did is made this out of 12mm, which is 3mm thicker than factory, then routed it down, as you see, and now the 3mm can sit in there. Now I'm actually going to join it all together, so it's all glued into those seams, so it's all one piece. But I thought that was a good idea to be able to have it as one piece, and also still have wood covering the whole thing, rather than just carpet flopped over the edges. As far as that, then it's actually level right now with this black bit here. Now that will just be carpet, because otherwise I'd have to bring this up to like 18mm, which then it's going to be higher than the back, which will look crap. So that is the front of the wagon. So behind the seats, in front of the pretty much, as you can see, going over the drive shaft, and that's the front of the enclosure pretty much for the amps. So there's that panel just sitting there right now. Roughly you get the idea though. So it's going to sit on front of that ledge, and then you can see the white cardboard there. It's just a very quick rough cut out of what the sides are going to be. This is some brown carpet I bought a while ago for this car, but the problem was it's got a hard backing on it and I can't stretch it. So pretty much it's only good for flat panels. Now it would be awesome for doing the actual top, but I haven't got enough to actually do the whole top and do that front section, because obviously I want matching carpet on that front bit and the top. Don't have enough to do that. So I will show you what I'm going to do with it. I've made the sides as well, so as you see, once it all moves, it's all moved. I've been pushing wires on it, but I've made both sides. They'll hug up once I'm finished. There's the brown carpet glued. I have to bring the bloody air compressor up here. I'm getting the back, and as you see, all glued where I'm doing it, even up to here, up to the edge there. I'll put some of the acoustic lining in there, just where it had some old squishy, crap, smelly stuff. So anyway, that's all glued. So these are the sides of the underseat, where the seats used to be, and that's cut out obviously for my fan. Now obviously the fan's going to sit there like that. Problem being is dickheads are going to go, oh, what's this? Either touch it while it's spinning or just break the fan eventually. So what we need is a grill like that, as you see. Now the awesome thing about this is, see this gap around the edge of the grill, because it's not the same, well, it's not the right size, should I say. That's going to allow for carpet thickness. And then now we put that onto the fan, down into there, and people can't touch it anymore. Now I'm going to show you how to make that. Okay, and tighten. And that gives us our basic push. Now bring it over here, but we want to get it right, so I'm just going to bang it in. we've got the press we want. Put that back in there, hold it, and then flatten out our grill. We have a press circle. So, as I said, the best way to do it? No. But one way to do it, yes. And there is the sides in there, attached, glued with some tack nails. So, as you see, that's our main frame. So obviously I've got to, I'm going to smooth around that corner, etc. and whatnot, but get a rough idea of our frame. Seats can still come back with about an inch, about 2-inch gap between the wood and the seat at a good driving position. So if you do want to lay them back a little bit for some reason, you can. Made the rack, or should I say a piece of wood, for the Colossus. So it will sit there like that. The power cable can come through here underneath still, same with these two. So pretty much all the 0 gauge will link up here, running to the battery. The rockford's going to go there, not sitting on the floor, but on its own piece of carpeted wood that's going to be sitting there. Alrighty, so the fire extinguisher, amp and crossovers are mounted to the wood, and that wood, well, this back panel is mounted to the car. And I'll show you how. If you look in here, besides there's a bracket mounted to the back of this and then screwed into the car. Now actually one of those screws was actually a hole that's already existing in the car, and then I drilled one hole, and it's not actually into the body of the car, it's into like a steel bracket that's there for part of the seats. So anyway, that's where that is. Same on the other side obviously, but what's cool is the carpet, the factory carpet, I folded in such a manner that it actually just tucks perfectly down the side like that, and as you can see, covers up the bracket completely, and this looks like a join. Both crossovers wired, as you see. Still got a vacuum obviously. I've got the 4-channel completely wired except for power, so that's also including the speakers in the tailgate wired. Well, the wires at least are hooked up now. Alright, so making the top of the front, should I say, pretty much what I did is I put the actual piece that I've made on here and traced it, using it as straight edges, using the actual MDF as a straight edge to make it easier. So I've traced it. As you can see, that's like a rough idea what I'm going to have to do to cut around the wheel arches. But first of all, I'm going to cut out the size I need in a rectangle, and then I'll make some cardboard that'll cut out to get the right shape for the corners. It's finished cut wise. Obviously it can open to reveal crossovers, fire extinguisher, that amp, that's now on a shelf. What I'm going to do, I'll put the camera down, I'll show you how that is. How I'm going to mount the front to the car is going straight through this wood into the steel, which is where the original seat would click in. What this is here is two purposes. Obviously mounts it from the side, it also houses the battery and holds that, and this piece here is just to cover up the old carpet so that it links up with this. Now I've got a gap here because this is where all my 0 gauge will be running up to the battery, under the amps, etc. in the middle. And then you've got the big piece here with the Colossus mounts, and I've fitted ledges, as you can see on the side and the back there, so it has somewhere to actually mount down to. So that's the panel that goes around the battery and over the hump type of thing. That's wrapped now in that terrible carpet. Obviously just cut a hole out the middle where the battery will sit. Got two little handles for the front and the two grills, which I've spray painted dark brown. Alright, this is the underside of the boot panel, the back panel where the spare tyre is, and as you can see I've painted it brown. Just 2 coats of Mission brown on there, just so when you open it up it's not MDF. And I ran some silicone down the edges just so I had a nice smooth join underneath, but nothing crazy, it's just the underside just painted brown. That's what the underside of the old one looked like. It's just black, a bit rough looking, so this looks a little better.